Hey everybody. I just wanted to make possibly like a quick video just regarding the passing away of Akira Toriyama. Like for those of you who don't know, and I'm really sorry if you're coming to know through this video that he passed away. But yeah, Akira Toriyama passed away on March 1st due to like a blood clot on the brain. He was 68, but I came to know about this news yesterday, and I could not believe it. It hit me weird. I'm not gonna lie, right? I read the news and I got really freaked out, and I got really. It almost felt like a weird prank, except no one would joke about things like that, right? Especially like I don't know. It just felt unreal, and it felt weird to be like, oh yeah, this is actually something that has happened. So I just wanted to make a video talking about Dragon Ball in general and how influential it really has been in my life. Like, I still can't believe he's gone. I mean, again, everyone passes away, right? It just hits a bit different for me because look, people pass every day. Death is a part of life, and especially when someone famous passes away, it doesn't really hit me like that. It doesn't hit me the way it would hit most people. And this is one of those few times where someone passing away actually it ruined my day. It actually made me feel quite miserable, right? Because Akira Toriyama, I like, if you don't know who he is, you should know. He is the creator of Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball GT, everything. Akira Toriyama is the mastermind behind the entire Dragon Ball franchise, right? And the Dragon Ball franchise has been a part of my life, and it's been a big part of my life too. I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, and so did millions of people in the world. This is not like Dragon Ball Z is one of those things where everyone knows about it. My sister knows about Dragon Ball Z, and she never watched it ever. It's that influential. And yeah, and I remember my friend back in seventh grade um told me about it, and he was like, oh, there's Dragon Ball Z on the thing. And the first time I ever saw anything Dragon Ball related was when I was a kid, when I was how old was I, 4. And then I saw like the Dragon Ball Z used to be like this show which would come way later into the night, and I could never actually watch it because it was too late. It was past my bedtime, so it would be the show which would come late, and I could never watch it, and I was always intrigued by it. And then when I was in seventh standard, I actually went ahead and watched Dragon Ball Z. And I still remember, I completely did not know about the Frieza saga or the Saiyan saga or anything. I started watching Dragon Ball Z when it was in when it was in the Cell saga, not even the Android saga. I believe it was in the Cell saga. And yeah, I remember watching it, and I remember just being so, I don't know what it was, but it just mesmerized me, right? I don't know. Maybe it's just what we all go through as kids. We just like it. I don't know. I don't care why I ended up watching it. It was so influential. I remember seeing them becoming Super Saiyans. I remember Vegeta being my favorite character. I still remember. I think I started watching around the Super Vegeta time when Cell was like semi perfect, and yeah, and I just kept watching from there. And I remember it was not even consistent because I don't know, I'm from India, right? So the channels here work different, and I remember then I never saw the ending of the Cell saga, and I remember the Boo saga, and the Boo saga is where I really got into Dragon Ball. I remember seeing the Great Saiyaman arc. I remember seeing Goku. I remember seeing Goku turn Super Saiyan 3 for the first time, and I was like, oh my god. And I remember the Kid Buu saga. I'm just saying like things which I remember the most. I remember the Kid Buu arc really well because I remember from the start to the end how they were struggling against Kid Buu, and it feels unreal. And here's the thing: it was not just when I was a kid. Uh, Later on in life, I started playing this game called Dokkan Battle. And for those of you who know, Dokkan Battle is like this gacha game, but it's Dragon Ball related. Dokkan Battle has been an incredible part of my life. And there is no Dokkan battle without Dragon Ball. Dokkan Battle is literally just a game where you pop bubbles, but it was Dragon Ball, which is what makes it one of the bigger gacha games out there, and it's still there after 10 or more years, which is insane to think about. And yeah, I cannot tell you. I remember when we shifted houses back in the day, and I did not have internet, but I had like images of the Dokkan battle cards, and I would just sit there and make my own custom cards because we had no Wi-Fi for the first month or so when we moved. And I would just sit there and edit my own cards, and I would be like, oh my god, and the art style and this and that. And obviously, the more access I got to the internet, the more I was able to find out more about Dragon Ball. And it's always been there, it's always been a part of my life. You don't really realize this until you think back. Dragon Ball has been a part of my life at different points in my life. I have never been the same person when I got back into it. I remember I didn't even know Super existed until like the Tournament of Power, and I remember hearing about I believe it was finding out Golden Frieza exists in like the Tournament of Power, and I was like, what the hell, that's crazy. And I remember going and Ultra Instinct was literally making news everywhere, and I was like, oh, it's good. And I remember getting back into Dragon Ball, and that was a whole different ball game because I was playing Dokkan at the time, and like I believe the day after the Omen sign Ultra Instinct released, there was a Ultra Instinct card in the game, and I was so fucking hyped. I was willing to spend money on this game, and I don't do that. It's a gacha game. I know now. I know what a gacha game is now. I was a kid back then, and even I used to know spending money on mobile games is stupid. But this game, it actually made me consider it. And yeah, as times have gone by, I've gotten back to Dokkan. I've quit Dokkan. I eventually played Dragon Ball Legends. I watched more movies. I still remember watching the Broly movie. And I remember, I don't know if you all know who SSJ9K is, but I remember watching his videos because he's like a Dragon Ball comedy creator. And then just recently, about like a year or so, I remember watching a Team 4 Stars Dragon Ball Z abridged. Basically, Team 4 Stars Dragon Ball Z abridged. And it was so surreal for me because I'd never seen the Saiyan saga or the Frieza saga ever. And I got to see it, and I got to see what it's like, and I got to rewatch the Cell saga, and that brought me to tears. I unfortunately they never did the Boo saga, and just recently they released Boo Bits, and it just everything with Dragon Ball. It just gives me a feeling of it's obviously nostalgia, but like it brings that warmth, and all that is possible because of Akira Toriyama. I cannot tell you every single manga or anime I read. I cannot tell you how much I see the Dragon Ball inspiration. I really do because most shonen, Dragon Ball really laid out the blueprint for it. And like, I know there's a debate of, oh, can he beat Goku though? But like, if we're being realistic, almost every big shonen has been inspired by Dragon Ball, and it's insane how much influence it has had on the industry in general, but also the people in general. And yeah, it just feels unreal. And yeah, I'm just, I don't know what I kind of just wanted to make this video just talking, just thanking. I just want to thank, Akira Toriyama, like, for making something so simple yet so impactful. And I don't know what I would be like if it wasn't for Dragon Ball. I remember wanting to be like Vegeta, where I was like, yeah, I won't take no bullshit from anyone. And it really is crazy how much something influences you when you're a child, and how much of it you retain when you grow up. And yeah, it's unreal. I know Dragon Ball will still continue. I know the legacy will still keep going. But to know that the man behind the magic is gone is honestly heartbreaking. And I just wanted to make a video thanking him because I love Dragon Ball. I always will. And I truly hope he rests in peace for the amazing things he has done for the world. It's not just one or two people, for the world. And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you.